What is up, Mars citizens and rebel colonists? I am just a simple Newtype, and in this episode we are returning to Mobile Suit Gundam Wing Frozen Teardrop. Last time in Volume 8, Katarina went by the name Sis Marquise. Sabrina married Eric Shergold, and they had a daughter which she named Katarina. Not confusing? Terrorists ended up killing Sabrina and Eric. This volume, Heero makes his transition into politics, but is met with resistance by the Earthsphere Alliance. Back on Mars, we run into someone from the Trace Files thought to be dead, and they are piloting a black variant of your favorite mobile suit. So let's get into this. MC-0022, next winter. The Lana Green Republic has a mobile fortress called Babel, across from the Elysium Sea. It is certainly inspired by the barge and other mobile fortresses before it. Millie Peacecraft gets into the cockpit of Talgi's Heaven, which he inherited from his father. Queen of Hearts, Naina, is with Professor W and Catherine Bloom. He is informed by Professor W that Babel launched over 100 Virgo 4s. Millie launches into the night sky. He reflects on the mobile suit. It was created by the wreckage of the Talgis 2 that was destroyed in AC-195. Zex used Martian tech to fit what remains of the Talgis. One thing to note is that the pilot was designed for a left-handed person. Trace is left-handed apparently. Millie is also left-handed. In MC-0021, Zex Marquise of the Lana Green Republic declared independence from the Mars Federation. Remember, Zex is Disnoof, and Milliardo is now Cyrene Wind. Also not confusing. Earlier, President Milliardo was assassinated. Zex and Gundam Epion took care of the Federation's Mars suits, sending unmanned Virgos to handle Zex. Cyrene Wind used nano-defensors to neutralize the unmanned units. Millie says that true resolve is rare on Mars. The Virgos are in Triforce formation. They intend to concentrate fire in one spot. Millie pushes in and takes out 15 units. He says that his mentor was Master Chang. He understood where the mobile dolls lagged and took advantage of that. He fires off nano-defensors, which have an electromagnetic field. It integrates Snow White's Vice arrows. However, 2/3 remain untouched. That is when Warlock and Prometheus come in. It is the nameless kid and baby duo. They are running distraction to make sure their ship, the Grand Chariot, can make it over Isidis Bay. On the other side of the battle is Naina in Queen of Hearts, and Katarina in Scheherazade. It uses its Jambia to slice through units. 100 Virgos are reduced to 50 relatively quickly. They all hold the line. If Snow White were on the battlefield, this would be over already. But he can't be tracked currently, according to Professor W. A double-headed dragon appears. It is Zex in Gundam Epion. If this unit hacks the 50 Virgos on the battlefield, Zex will be unstoppable. Meanwhile, on the other side of Isidis Planitia is a hovercraft called the Void. On board is Chang Wufei with Epion Bai. As Wufei makes it to the battle, Kathy tells everyone to withdraw. But Master Chang says the party is just starting. This is seen through Naina's perspective. She and the others witness the power of the mobile suit. He baits Zex to show himself. 30 Virgos remain. The two just have a standoff with one another for 5 minutes without anyone moving. It is a battle of zero systems. Both are hacking one another to gain control. Everyone returns to the Grand Chariot. Talgi's Heaven had the most damage. Snow White is still nowhere to be found. Dr. T is watching Wufei's fight. On the other side of the ship, Professor W is arguing with Dorothy Catalonia. But this is a hologram AI of Dorothy. There are so many small, minor decisions that need to be made between Earth and Mars. But the delay is too much, so they decide to send AIs of the President to make these tiny decisions. This AI is nothing compared to the Zero system. Dorothy says, "Don't compare me to that cat. She's a sassy AI." She yells at them for assisting the Mars Federation as they were supposed to remain neutral. She wonders why they chose this. They think Releena is right, but right or wrong shouldn't play a role. Preventers are supposed to squash conflict before it becomes full-out civil war. If they did nothing, Releena would have been killed. Dorothy says yes, and she should have. She would have become a martyr. The AI wonders if pacifism is truly her wish. She told Dorothy that she hoped Heero would kill her soon. That doesn't sound like total pacifism. Duo and Phobos or Nameless, I don't know anymore. They break the tension from the cold, heartless AI. Nameless says, "You're just an AI, you aren't even here." In that moment, Professor W says from this day forward, they are no longer a part of the Preventers and will work independently. Dr. T, Katarina, Catherine, Duo, and Nameless are on board. While this is all happening, Wufei is losing. He also seemed to be doped up, and the drugs are wearing off. Their new mission is to help Wufei and do an all-out assault on the ship Babel. Professor W also knows that Releena and Heero are definitely on board Babel as we speak. 47 minutes past midnight. Professor W proclaims this will be the Martian Gettysburg. Alright, calm down, guy. Let the historians do their job. You know what? Now I hope the historians refer to this world-changing moment as Catcher's dumb plan. They don't have too much ammo to work with. This is a war of attrition and one they may not win. They plan on ramming the Babel. 33 minutes before midnight. Heero was planning his own assault and told no one. He doesn't trust Professor W or the Martian Federation. He visited his best buddy Miliardo, who is in a coma after his assault on Releena City. Heero aims his buster rifle at the fusion reactors on Babel. He pulls the trigger and light erupts. While reloading, AA guns fire at the Gundam. The fighting stops and Babel projects a video of Releena. They have her as a hostage. The person speaking is Stella Noventa. This is granddaughter of Marshal Noventa, whom Heero killed. Her aunt is also Sylvia Noventa, who is also the girl that Heero tried to give a gun to, and said, "I killed your father. Now kill me, you coward." Why is he like this? She tells him to surrender or she dies. He agrees, but he threatens to kill them all if they lay one finger on Releena. He drops down from the skies and dumps Snow White into the sea. Oh right, there is some terraforming. I forgot because this novel doesn't want to focus on that. Why is everyone aging? Time for another infiltration by Heero disguised as a surrender. Classic. 13 minutes before midnight. Releena looks at a painting of a child that was a leader to the Lana Green Republic. Stella comes in and tells her that Heero is coming. And can you believe it? He said he was going to kill us all. Hilarious. But Releena says, "Oh, no, he's gonna kill me and all of your men. You better get out of here. Save yourself." Stella scoffs at her, but Releena just says, "You poor girl. You're poor men." She leaves a device with Releena. 55 minutes past midnight. Wu Fei and Nataku are still fighting. It's been over an hour. 37 minutes past midnight. Heero sneaks onto Babel's base as a soldier. He uses the Babel's computer system to send false data to Epion's Zero system to slow it down. During all of this, Heero asks himself why he fights. 43 minutes past midnight. The device left was a Dorothy AI. The AI says, "Well, here you are once again, Releena, trying to sling that peace around. Total pacifism will get her nowhere." Dorothy realizes she is at conflict. She knows that if Releena wants to choose peace, then she needs to reject Heero Yui and the Preventers. 59 minutes past midnight. A black mobile suit launches from Babel. It's shrouded in black wings. They expand out to reveal that this black Gundam is a Gundam Wing Zero at heart. This Black Wing Zero is similar to Black Wing from the Video MS saga, but it seems to be closer to Wing Zero, just with a black palette. However, this Gundam has 2 twin buster rifles. The pilot says that his name is Vaunt Kushonada, Trace's brothers who died by the hands of Odin Lowe. 60 minutes past midnight. The power goes out on Babel. Stella and her men surround Releena. Heero finally makes his appearance after slaughtering half the ship. He says that he is here to kill Releena himself. Heero takes out Stella's men. He points a gun at Stella, but Releena takes her pistol and shoots him in the chest. Heero slowly bleeds out on the floor. MC 0022. Heero regains consciousness to find Father Maxwell helping him. He was able to stop the bleeding from a point-blank chest wound? Okay. Heero just notices that his hair is cut. Bro, that was like volume 2, catch up! He closes his eyes as Duo gets him out of there. Even though he is dying, he has no ill will towards Releena. AC 150, Summer. The other Heero Yui from the past is reflecting on life and the political unrest. He is feeling disillusioned. Then he sees a 7-year-old girl walking a dog. She asks if he is lost and then gives him a Cosmo flower, which is genetically similar to a daisy on Earth. She also gave him a newspaper before taking off. There was an article on the city council needing help. It was at this moment that Heero Yui decided to go into politics. The Sherwood Outlaws, consisting of Henry, Wu, Sorcery, Double D, and Jay Knoll, watch over Heero. The girl in the paper were all engineered by Jay. He is pushing him towards politics. Sam is using the Zero system to disrupt communications and keep the Sherwood rebels hidden from the public. Heero is now a city council member for Emerald City. Sam is helping his cause, though the Alliance are labeling him a thought criminal. Son Kong Kushonada finds out of Hero's meteoric rise and wonders what took him so long. MC 0022, next winter. Father Maxwell visits Hildy, who is a doctor on Babel, with a wounded Heero Yui. Hildy rolls her eyes but ultimately helps him. While she helps Heero, it is really awkward between the two. Talgi's heaven is being wrecked by Blackwing Zero. That is when Master Chang comes in with Epion Bai and saves him. MC 0019, next spring. The satellite FO2B fell onto the Sea of Lana Green. It was done by hackers tied to the Martian Federation. This caused the death of 10,000 people, including the Schweiker Church and orphanage. Father Maxwell found Baby Duo, who was the only one alive, and he had to bury his friends. No one knows what happened to Hildy, and he assumed she was MIA. Baby Duo wants to get stronger and wants Father Maxwell to train him and make him his son. He accepts. He also decides to give up alcohol and cigarettes. Hildy was in the National Library when the satellite came down. She lost her memories. While undergoing treatment, she was given a memory imprint that belonged to a researcher who died. She now has advanced medical knowledge in her brain, and the Lana Green Republic just said, let's roll with it, until she eventually retained her real memories. Now she is there by force. She helped create the Nano Defensor simply because she got someone else's memories. No big deal. AC 152, Autumn. Politician Heero Yui meets with his sister, Hikaru Yui. Heero declared his candidacy for mayor in Emerald City, but the Earth Alliance intervened and they elected their own mayor. He was reduced to running for deputy mayor instead. Meanwhile, on the moon, 200 Zygon fighters, which are Libras, corner the Sherwood. The Jack-o'-lantern pumpkin tanks come in and help out. Jay decided to broadcast their battle to the people, but this ultimately led to more oppression in the colonies. In the shadows, Sankan Kushonada is preventing the Romefeller Foundation from going after Heero Yui. He also stops funding the Sherwood Forest team. The Alliance is silencing dissent, and Heero is working on a speech to the people. Knowing one wrong word will get him arrested, he decided to speak the truth and expected this to be his final public address. His sister Hikaru suggests the urge not to wield justice as a weapon, but use it to show humanity's flaws. On the day of his speech, the Alliance shot Hikaru. This was a warning for stepping out of line. She was with her son, Ain. Instead of giving a speech, Heero played Paganini's La Campanella, simply for his sister. MC Dolo 22 next winter. Something approaches the Black Wing Zero. It is Professor W and Snow White. The Queen of Hearts, Warlock, Prometheus, and Scheherazade surround the Gundam. Meanwhile, young Heero wakes up from his surgery, but he doesn't remember who he is. Hildy says to Duo, "Good. This means that the Lana Green Republic wins." She wasn't ever on his side. Somewhere else, there is a traveler whose name is... Aw, cliffhanger, how dare you, book? And that will conclude Frozen Teardrop Volume 9. Heero's dive into politics was met with nothing but pain and suffering, it seems. He kept fighting, but ultimately they got him as well. The return of Von Kushonada will perhaps be the bridge to the old and the new. Or not, who knows, this is kind of a big mess. Next time, in Volume 10, we get more of the past between Odin Lowe and the young Heero Yui. Kathy and Father Maxwell break into Babel, and we dive into the Zex files to help Heero with his memories. But that will do it for now, Newtypes. Remember, don't go into politics. It's not worth it. Peace.